Hello again, Ted Clayton here. Black people should consider moving back to Africa. All right, so what I mean by this. As we have seen, a lot of our fellow brothers and sisters are, quote unquote, not happy with our country, America. But they never want to leave. Sort of like if you were dealing with someone who always complained about, I don't know, their job or something like that. They always hated their job, but they never really take steps to leave. You know, are you applying for other jobs? Are you putting out resumes? Are you asking for references? Are you asking for leads? You know, but they don't do that. Or, you know, just on and on and on and on. I thought about this years ago because I was having a conversation with someone and they were just saying all this, America has oppressed the black man and the black people, and it's dangerous for us to be here, or pardon, there's a helicopter thing behind me, and it's kind of distracting me a little bit. So America is not the place for us black people. X, Y, and Z has been oppressing us for years and for centuries, X, Y, and Z. And there is some truth to that, and that's a separate conversation, not one that I'm afraid to have. There's a lot of systems in place, a lot of ideologies in place that are meant to keep us down. But I would say that there are more positives than negatives. But again, that's a separate conversation. In regards to going back to Africa, again, I was speaking about this with someone, or someone was, venting to me about the plight of the black man and their dissatisfaction with America. And the idea just came in my head. I said, well, why don't black people just go back to Africa? But it wasn't just that. I said, why don't black people just try to get some kind of dual citizenship in both countries? And it was actually something that I just said off the cuff, or it just came to me right then and there. But it's one of those things where you're seeing it as you're thinking it through. So it wasn't just me being impetuous. And I could tell the other person, they entertained the idea, but they weren't trying to validate it, really. But I just let that go. And I want to present it here. So let's think about that for a quick second. Now, of course, there are going to be a bunch of stipulations, a bunch of laws, things like that. That's a given. But that would be a fantastic thing. Now, the pros and cons. Africa is a pretty impoverished country, relatively speaking. And that is going to... wait, did I just say pros or cons? I don't remember. But I'll stick with the cons first. Start with the bad, then talk about the good. So Africa has... it's a relatively impoverished country. It's quite a mess over there. Most of the countries are under dictatorship rule or pretty corrupt. There's a lot of violence over there, like what's going on in South Africa, which is not really good. So it's a lot going on there. So it's just quite messy in Africa. But at the same time, and not even to talk about, not even to talk about what's going on with the Chinese. So it's kind of a mess over there. But at the same time, there are a lot of pros. A lot of countries want to invest in Africa. A lot of companies are slowly investing in Africa. Africa is modernizing. A lot of Africa is modernizing. What I was gonna say was the internet is pretty big over there, more mobile because everyone's trying to stay connected. Or the internet is just becoming bigger and bigger, but devices are cheaper, services are cheaper, and a lot more people are getting connected through their phones now. So that's a big thing where networks are forming, strengthening, businesses are growing, strengthening because of the internet. And again, it's still relatively elementary because it's all mobile, but at the same time, everyone's on the go. So, but the biggest thing really is the fact that companies are slowly investing in Africa. And pardon, I gotta hide this pimple right here because I had a pretty stressful week, and that's what happens. Luckily, it's only like one or two that will just come up whenever I'm super stressed out. So Africa is not necessarily the worst place in the world. It's not a lost cause. So this is what I'm getting at. What we can do, us African Americans could do, is see if we try to find a way to get dual citizenship, maybe do some kind of, and I say this just, in terms of rhetorically, I'm not trying to make any comparison, but do some kind of like EU kind of thing where companies join this alliance. Let's say something like Kenya, Ghana, South Africa, Zimbabwe, whatever. They join this alliance and African Americans can go to those countries. Now, the other thing will have to be lineage, because that's a part of nationality. So that has to be figured out where it's like, but yeah, anyway, I don't want to talk too much because I'm kind of brainstorming also as I'm making this video. But let's say if certain tribes were part of a certain country, see if that lineage can be traced here in America, and then if you have that lineage in your blood, then you can go back to that country. Have to be like a certain percentage or something like that. I think that'd be a fantastic idea. Maybe do something where you study over there and come back to America, or you study here and then go back and invest over there. And again, look, I'm not even talking about some of these idiots that just want to complain and not provide solutions. They just want to complain and not provide solutions. I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to my fellow, educated individuals who want to see a positive change in the world, and really, and I want to share some ideas to get a conversation going. So yeah, some sort of alliance. We get a passport, like a special passport, dual citizenship. It'll have to be some kind of stipulation, so that way, we're not imposing on the country, and there are some regulations to make sure everyone's safe. But we can start new businesses over there. We can start studying over there, maybe even study there and then go abroad. Like, you can start there and go somewhere else, go to the Middle East, go to Asia, go to Australia, somewhere else, if you wanted to do that. But really, and I mean that in terms of strengthening those countries to build up their reputation, their institutions, and then growing from there, and then expanding from there. But again, it's more so just about Africa, going back there, strengthening the country, contributing, and seeing what comes out of it. And I think that'd be an excellent idea because as an American, we can contribute a lot. We just know a little more about how the world works because we just come from such a rich and diverse culture. A lot of us are pretty educated. We have a very competitive educational institutions here, so that will already give us a leg up. Let's think about that. Again, dual citizenship. We can have terms, let's say, 6 month, 1 month, 5 year, 10-year visa, or just lifetime permanent residency. I think it would be a great idea. And Africa is, there's room for improvement in Africa. There's a lot going on there that isn't covered by the mainstream media, but you'll find that a lot of countries are developing. A lot of countries are really want to compete with the rest of the world, with the global market, and by African Americans going back there, that'll help them out. And also, it can help us in terms of connecting back to our heritage, finding out who we are, really creating a stronger sense of self. Just a thought. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day.